make this clear exactly what the Democrats and Jasmine Crockett is really fighting for, and that is the labor exploitation of undocumented workers here in America. All of this information is researchable, verifiable, and Googleable. It is also illegal for companies to hire and recruit any of these undocumented workers and could carry a pretty hefty fine or criminal penalties under Title 8, Section 1324A. See, what the Democrats and Jasmine Crockett don't tell you while they're out here fighting for these illegal immigrants to stay in this country because they need someone to pick our cotton and pick our fruit, modern day slavery, is the brutal and abuse that these undocumented workers endure in this country, children included.
Migrant children in the U.S. are working in some of the most dangerous jobs in the country. What's more, private auditors assigned to root out unlawful labor practices often overlook child labor. Laura Barone Lopez has more.
A recent New York Times investigation found auditors failed to identify child migrants working at production warehouses used by some of America's most recognizable brands, including Skittles, McDonald's, and Gerber. In addition, the most common job for migrant children coming to the U.S. is also one of the most hazardous, roofing and construction, despite federal law prohibiting anyone under 18 from doing so. Hannah Dreier of the New York Times joins me now. Hannah, thanks so much for being here. You reviewed private audits conducted at 20 production facilities for well-known brands. What did those audits reveal about the use of illegal child labor?
So at all of these production facilities, there were children working usually the night shift with fake IDs, doing jobs that are totally off limits for minors. These are industrial jobs, working assembly lines, working with caustic chemicals at slaughterhouses. And despite the fact that there were private auditors sent explicitly to try to find out if these plants were using child labor, these kids were missed every single time.
See, what you don't understand, why these big corporations are backing the Democrat Party and Representative Jasmine Crockett on the rhetoric of these illegal immigrants, is because with Trump enforcing these immigration laws, it is undercutting their profit margins. All of this is just about money. They're not passing down any savings to the consumer. No, they are fighting to keep their net profits in their pockets. In my opinion, is why you see these big corporate donors backing the Democratic Party. Entering into this country legally protects immigrants because illegal immigrants do not have the same rights and civil liberties as you coming into the country legally. So by them continuously fighting for illegal immigrants to be here, they're fighting for all types of exploitation and trafficking. That is what they're fighting for. So the next time you hear Jasmine Crockett say this, know exactly what she's fighting for.
How many of you are sending your kids to college to go and work on them? Okay, well, guess who is working the farms? So that you can afford your food.
So that you can have food.
So that you can have food. Now, how many of you are looking to send your kids into hospitality after this college education so that they can go and make the beds at the hotels? How many of you are planning to send your kids to college? Because that's what we do here. We send everybody to college. How many of you are planning to send your kids to college so that they can then go and build these houses? So the reality is that so long as we live in a capitalist society, there's always going to be someone or a group of people that will do work that some of the rest of y'all don't want to do. These are the people that are really making us great in this country.
And we shouldn't be surprised about this because the Democrat Party has always been the party of pro-slavery and cheap labor, whether that's through exploiting undocumented workers or the prison industrial complex or slavery itself back from the 1800s. Nothing has changed.